Ilkay, today Manchester City buried Colin Bell, one of the greatest ever players. How appropriate then that was a great performance from you wearing his famous number 8 shirt?
Yeah, I feel proud to wear his number, and of course I try to represent it as good as possible, and I try my best on the pitch. I think this is the best way, to give him the tribute, and if it's going so well as today, it makes me even more proud to wear this number.
You're known for many good things, perhaps not your goal scoring, but that's 7 in 8 in the Premier League now. Where does this come from?
I don't know, to be honest. There's not really a secret. I just try to be in the right spaces, in the right moment. Obviously, I played the last few weeks a bit more offensive role. If I get the chance close to the opponent's box, I try to be there and try to take the right decisions, and my teammates help me. I just try to do my best.
Well on João Cancelo, lovely ball for your first one. He's almost like a playmaker at fullback.
Yeah, he has this ability. He plays when we have the ball, a little bit of a different role. Plays a bit more in the center, gets a lot of touches. And he has the quality to put in these balls, and I knew it. That's why I made the run. When I saw he has a bit of time on the ball, the ball was perfect, and he's doing well. Everyone is doing well. He especially the last few weeks, and obviously we need this rhythm, we need these qualities to maintain our level, and then we're gonna get even moments.
Look at Gundogan, 7 goals in 8 Premier League appearances. How impressed have you been by him? It's almost as if the City midfielders almost take it in turns to share their moment in the spotlight.
Well, yeah, Phil Foden's been in great form, but Gundogan's sort of been doing, not quietly, but you know when we talk about performances, Kevin De Bruyne is the first one you mentioned, then it's Foden, and we've been talking about the defensive partnership between Stones and Diaz. But Gundogan never really gets the credit he deserves.
Why?
Just because he's not, I'm not saying a superstar, but he just does his work and goes home. You know, there are them players there who want to be seen, want to be on Instagram, want to be the next, the Ronaldo. He's just happy to do his work and for the team. Yeah. And a lot of people see his form and think, well, he's never really had this. Before he got injured, he was making these runs into the box before, but he wasn't punishing, his finishing was, I won't say off, but now seven goals in 8 games. It's just incredible, and he fully deserves it, because when you're in this team, Man City is one of the hardest squads to break into. Yeah. And when, we talk about Silva for years, and Kevin De Bruyne, then Foden, it's always hard to stake a claim for a consistent spot in the 11. And now he's one of the first names on the team sheet for sure.
Ian?
I think the thing with Gundogan is that obviously people continually talk about the strikers, and what's happening is with all the players that are in an offensive position, they're taking their opportunities to shoot and have a shot at goal when they get their opportunity. And Gundogan, everybody knows the kind of footballer he is and the calibre of footballer he is. What we're seeing now is the fact that he is, like mentioned as well, Mike, earlier on, his calmness and the way he finishes. He's somebody that's obviously used to doing that. And at the moment, it's his time, and it's a good thing as well, simply because Kevin De Bruyne is out, and you've got somebody else who's come in, and he's hit the kind of form we've not seen, but now we know he's capable of.
It's incredible, really. Only 2 Premier League goals from Manchester City have come from strikers, both of them from Gabriel Jesus, and here we are talking about them going top of the table. I mean, if there was ever any one part of that pitch where they've got more than able deputies without Kevin De Bruyne, it is in midfield, isn't it?
Yeah, it certainly is midfield. I think that they trialled it against Chelsea. De Bruyne played that false 9 position, and at times he was a bit lost. He didn't know where to be. But you can see they've worked on it in training. If Kevin De Bruyne do it, Mahrez can do it. If Mahrez didn't want to do it, Sterling can do it.
They're so interchangeable.
And that's what I mean. It's about the rotation in football. When you're a player, you've been a player. A manager is like, do this, do that. And sometimes you just got to say, actually, take some responsibility on the field. You can say they've been working on the training field to interchange. Mahrez is not a striker. He's not going to stand up there and we chested it down, and that's not his game. But what they are, they're clever. They all run into different positions, and it's a joy to watch. And not only is it a joy to watch, the finishing now. A couple months ago, it was frustrating because it was wearing teams down, but not having that clinical edge to their game. And now, it's come, and I'm delighted.
You know what I think as well? When you see that the goals are being shared out, like 11 of them have scored goals, and like Gundogan's got 7 now. I think Raheem's got 6 in that, but the rest of everybody's got 4s and 5s. They've spread the goals around the team, and like I say, anybody who gets in and around the area, they're being more clinical because they're showing that yes, we'd love to have that straight up number 9, but while we haven't got him, we could still beat teams 3s and 4s and 5s.
So Ilkay Gundogan's first goal, of course, got them up and running. It only took them 6 minutes to take the lead. But what about João Cancelo's part in it then, Micah?
Yeah, Cancelo, he's taking the fullback role to the next level. Look at his position here. Normally, the fullbacks, they should be wide. You always talk about wide, but he's not wide because he's leaving the space for the wingers, whether that be Mahrez or Sterling. And he keeps that position. The ball gets cleared out. He doesn't go wide again. He stays in that position. And this is why, because he can play that killer pass. He knows there's going to be runners going forward. He trusts his teammates. And from then on, Gundogan, we talked about his composure. Right, you're a striker. Talk me through that finish.
It's the touch. Look at the touch, how it's dead. Defender's got no chance. He's killed it dead. So he's made the time for himself. But the Cancelo, you know, 1 minute you see him in a like an advanced inverted winger. Next minute he's like a right-sided right-half midfielder and still doing great stuff. So you've got one player doing 2 different unbelievable things.
João Cancelo then turned from provider to goalscorer himself. It was his first strike in the Premier League in a City shirt. But it wasn't without his controversy, though, was it, Ian? Yeah,
there was a little bit of controversy in respect to the offside. I think that, like I say, I think that she's got a little bit confused there because the first one you can see is Bernardo Silva. She puts the flag up now, and you can see Sawyers there. He stopped. Probably would have been closing down Cancelo, but like it's confusing. Take nothing away from the finish, but you know we had a word with Dermot. It is very confusing. I do feel for her, but it was onside.
Yeah. Dermot Gallagher said it was given. Obviously, the flag was raised in good faith by Sean Massey Ellis, saying that she was 100% convinced he was in an offside position. Bernardo Silva, that is. Yeah, but only then for VAR to then have a look back.
That's what it's there for. And for me, I believe that in that instance, because it's so tight and she couldn't see, then you leave it because you know if it's going to be a goal, then they're going to check it anyway. So she'll be covered.
She's been magnificent though. You've been singing her. She's one of the best. This is not talking bad about her. From where she was, it looked like it was offside. So you can understand why she put her flag up.
But what it does do, and he said about Romain Sawyers, it, I suppose, just reaffirms to players...
Whistle.
They have to play to the whistle.
Have to play to the whistle. It's something that you've learned from, like, primary school. You have to play to the whistle. It's like a boxer. You have to, you know what I mean? You have to keep going, man. Keep your guard up. Keep your guard up at all times. It's no different with football. You have to play to the whistle, unfortunately.
Yeah. Gundogan then got his second.